Have you ever wondered why an aesthetic physique is so much more attractive to the eyes? Like, not only to girls, but also us men. The reason behind that is like pure science, which is a broad shoulder, a broad physique in general for men speaks of dominance. You take up more space, you know. And I remember when I was 17, and that exact moment when I saw a picture of David Lade, a really renowned name in the fitness industry when it comes to having a proportionate body, a body which almost every guy dreams to achieve. Like, we all know Chris Bumstead, but I would say David Lade has much hardcore fans than Chris Bumstead, because Chris Bumstead physique is not attainable naturally. But I have seen physiques like really close to David Lade naturally. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to achieve that. A proportionate body, an aesthetic body, not a body where your arms are too big compared to your shoulders, or maybe you don't have abs, but your overall physique is really good. Maybe you don't have enough upper chest, so your chest looks like titties, your chest looks like man boobs, and that's really bad. And that wouldn't be considered as an aesthetic physique. I remember at the age of 17, I got motivated after seeing his 16 to 19 years old transformation. And also, Jeff Said, another really renowned name in the fitness industry. And these guys are mostly known for, not for their size or even their strength, they are really known for their proportion. Like, their proportion is what comes really close to the golden ratio, which is a ratio which is really attractive to the eyes. And they usually follow the same thing, like the same structure, the same basis, is that they have a broad shoulder, really wide back, they have a narrow waist, and their arms are good, and their chest is really good. They usually focus on traps, because traps makes you look swollen and bulky. So for that reason, in this video, I'm going to show you how you should target your chest, specifically upper chest, your back, your upper back, and your lats, and your delts, all of the heads, the front delts, the side delts, and the rear delts. All of those heads are equally important if you want to create those bolder shoulders where you create an illusion that you have a round shaped shoulder. It creates an illusion where you look like you're way wider than you actually are. Like, the actual wideness comes from back, but having a broad shoulder adds to the width of your whole physique. And last but not least, your obliques and abs. And yeah. And forget about legs. Who even train legs? If you're a woman, then train legs. Otherwise, stick to the upper body. I'm just kidding. You should train legs, but overall, if you want to make a beach body, then go ahead. You should train legs. I'm going to make more videos on how to train your legs properly. But in this video, I'll keep it to upper body, because that's what most people struggle with, not having the proper idea on how to create an aesthetic body that looks attractive to the eyes. You can get girls, you can get compliments from boys. First and foremost, you should train your upper chest more than anything. And previously, I used to train mindlessly. Whatever my mentor at that time told me, he told me to train all portion of the chest equally. But if you want to build an aesthetic physique, and upper chest, you see that bulge, right? And upper chest is what's gonna make your physique attractive. This is what is shown when your shirt button is open. This is the first thing that people notice, is what your upper chest looks like. And I see too many people focusing on their lower chest without even knowing that if you reduce your body fat, you'll automatically see those lower chest, like those lower pecs. And most people don't train enough their upper chest, resulting in a chest which is kind of in proportion when it comes to having a big, massive upper pec. And they have a lot of lower pectoral muscles, look like titties. And we all know we don't want that. So I would say, should focus on any incline movement. Pick any incline movement that you like doing. it really doesn't matter if you're doing bench press, like incline bench press, or if you're doing incline dumbbell press. As long as you're enjoying the movement, you're going full range of motion. Like I said in the first video, you're completing your daily rep range within that specific weight, you're good to go. And every once in 6 to 1 year, you can change your workout program. Never change your workout program before 6 months. Otherwise, you'll never get any results. And if you do that, you focus way much more on your upper chest, and you also focus on your mid chest and your side chest a little bit, then you would have an overall really good looking chest with your upper chest popping out. That really gives it an aesthetic look where your chest looks really good. Now, let's come down to the second muscle that you need to train if you want to have an aesthetic physique. It's all about creating that Dorito looking back. And what you need to understand is that, and I didn't even know it, and like I said, I was mindlessly training for a little bit more than 1 year, and I came across this video of Arnold, and it kind of gave me an insight and instantly opened my mind. He said in that video that if you want to widen your back, if you want to increase the width of your back, which is all we want in order to create that illusion where you have a small waist and you have a huge back, you need to focus on vertical movements. By vertical movements, I mean pull-ups, chin-ups, lat pull downs, whatever that is, whatever suits you, whatever movement you enjoy doing it, do it. But you got to make sure you are focusing on vertical movements. Vertical movements is what's going to give you that width of the back. If you do more vertical movements, your back is going to grow more in width. And my favorite of the favorites exercise is chin-ups, or one would like to say pull-ups. Weighted pull-ups is a game changer. If you go all the way down and if you go all the way up to a certain point where you are ducking your chin up the bar, that's all you want. You got to have a good stretch. Like I said, focus on range of motion and intensity of the workout. You have to feel that big stretch where you're all the way down and you feel that stretch. Your biceps are almost touching your ear. That's the exact form that you should be looking for. And if you're doing like 3 sets of 10 reps, you are good to go, bro. Focus on vertical movements and your back will grow wide. Now, you don't only want your back to grow wide, you also want it to go thicker. And if you want to grow your back thicker, you need to focus on horizontal movement, which means anything that is related to horizontal movement, horizontal rows, barbell rows, T-bar rows, single arm rows, any rows that you like, include that in your workout program. And you'll see a significant increase in the thickness of your back. That's what gives an illusion of a huge and a wide back, which is, I think, but the most important muscle if you want to grow your upper back and your lats. If you do something related to close grip, like close grip pull-ups or like close grip lat pull downs, that's going to give you an immense stretch on your lats. And if you do rows, T-bar rows, barbell rows, that's going to give you an immense stretch on your upper back. So overall, your training should be balanced. And if you're training for aesthetics, training your back and focusing on your width and thickness of the back should be your top priority. You don't need to train your lower backs. And by all means, if you enjoy doing deadlifts, if you enjoy doing hyperextension, by all means do it. But keep in mind, you have to also put in a lot more effort and a lot more volume when it comes to training your upper back and your lats. If you do that, you'll be good to go. And you'll have an aesthetic physique, an aesthetic back to be precise. Now, the second most important muscle, the reason I say it's second most important muscle because the first was back, because that is what actually gives you the look, like the wide look that everyone aspires for. Shoulders give you that illusion. Now let's talk about the specifics. Pick any overhead pressing movement, be it standing overhead press or be it seated dumbbell press. Pick any overhead press that you enjoy and do it for sets of 3, sets of 4, whatever your workout program is. Try to include any overhead pressing movement. That way, you're targeting your front delt and a little bit of upper chest. So my pro tip here would be not sit completely upright and do your overhead press. Keep the angle a little bit more than 90 degree. That way you're also targeting a little bit of your upper chest and you're targeting your front delt. The honest thing that you need to know is no matter what pushing movement you'll do, be it chest press, be it bench press, be it incline, dumbbell, barbell press, whatever you do, be it whatever pushing movement you do that includes your chest, you're always going to include a little bit of your front delt. So I would say doing 3 sets or 4 sets of overhead presses is all you need to grow your front delt, because they are already overtrained when you're training your chest. Now let's come down to side delts. Just spam side laterals, bro. Like the adequate and most advised number of sets that you should do per muscle group is 7 to 8 sets. If you're doing 4 sets of side laterals when you're doing chest, like the day that you're hitting your chest, and the next push day when you're hitting your shoulders, if you do 4 sets of side laterals that day, that is all I ask. If you do that, you'll be seeing results in no time. Side delts responds really good to higher rep range. You should be trying drop sets every now and then. And like I said, give it more time to recover. So you can train twice in a week and go really hard on them, almost overtraining them, because they'll recover in no time. It's a really small muscle. Now let's come down to rear delts. That part of your body where you actually cannot see because it's a part of your back. That part of your shoulder, if I'm being precise, you cannot see because it's part of your back. That's why I like to include rear delts, like training rear delts on my back days. The reason for that is it's a part of your shoulder, but it's just above the upper back and sideways to your rear traps. So if you want to target rear delts, do reverse pec decks, do reverse side laterals, and train 4 sets in a single day, and then again 4 sets in the next day you're hitting shoulders. Now let's come down to obliques. Obliques is what makes you look really good in shirtless pictures, because obliques is something that most people likes to call gills. It kind of resonates. It kind of looks similar to the gills of a fish, and it is really an aesthetic look if you have great obliques alongside with great abs. So I would say if you're trying to target your obliques and you cannot feel your obliques, if you're doing wood chopper, if you're doing maybe ab crunches, I would say try to include in your back workout dumbbell pullovers. If you're doing dumbbell pullovers, try to contract your obliques and do it. And dumbbell pullovers is an amazing exercise because you'll not only get like an amazing back pump, you'll get a hell of a lot of chest pump, and your obliques will be fried. So I would say for obliques and back, do dumbbell pullovers, and it's a really good exercise that target your obliques. And occasionally do wood chopper. It's a really good exercise for targeting your obliques. Now let's come down to training your abs. I saw a video, I think it was from the Yellow Guy. There's a YouTube channel, huge shout out to the Yellow Guy. And I started implementing his idea of training abs is that pick any crunching movement, do it for sets of 3 for heavy weight and lower reps. So let's say you're doing cable crunches, pick a heavy weight where you cannot absolutely go more than 8 to 10 reps. I do it all the time. I train abs on my leg day and all the subsequent days that has to come. I don't train abs at the beginning of the week because then my abs would be sore and I would need my core power for lifting heavy on my squats. Lifting heavy on the squats, I rely heavily on my abs to give me that core pressure so that I can lift heavy. After my leg day is complete, I train my abs on that day, and the subsequent 2 days that I'm going to train, Friday and Saturday, I also train abs on that day. So as I was saying, pick a really heavy weight where you cannot go more than 10 reps, do sets of 3, and pick another exercise where you're doing a sort of leg raise. So where you hang from a bar and you're doing 15 to 20 reps for 3 sets of leg raises. One exercise should be for you to heavy reps with a heavy weight. Another exercise should be completely focused on hypertrophy, where you're focusing on going 15 to 20 reps. And if you do that, you'll see abs results in about a week if your diet is on point. And this is a huge disclaimer that I'm going to give you, which is if your diet is not on point, if you're having cheat meals, if you're caloric surplus, then I would say seeing abs might not be the easiest in 1 month, but you'll surely see results as you start to lose fat. But there's no harm in doing abs when you are a little bit of fat, or maybe you have a little bit of love handles near your belly. If you do that, you'll have an amazing aesthetic physique. So remember, the things to focus on is your upper chest, primarily your upper chest, and try to keep it an overall balanced training with a little bit emphasis on your upper chest. Pick any overhead movement, spam side laterals, and target your rear delts. Last but not least, target your obliques, target your abs, and pick one exercise where you'll go really heavy for less than 10 reps. Absolutely, you cannot do more than 10 reps, and pick another exercise where you'll go at least 15 to 20 reps where you'll do some sort of leg raises. If you do that, you'll have an amazing physique, keeping in mind that your diet and nutrition is on point. That's why I didn't touch on it. And because to have an amazing physique, the sad truth, and it's not really sad, it's the honest truth, is you have to have a lower body fat percentage. To be exact, the number should be less than 15%. My body fat percent is somewhere around the lines of 10 to 15%. Keep all the points that I just told you, and yeah, peace.